Okay, so we're going to break the page up into kind of 9 boxes by dividing it into thirds horizontally and vertically. You don't have to have like hard boxes. I'm just going to sketch lightly just so I kind of know generally where each of my heads is going to go. Let's go up a little higher. That's all right. Just kind of give me a general guideline of where I'm going to be positioning my heads. So the first one in this, or not the first one necessarily, but the one in the center is going to be looking forward. And then all the others are going to be looking whatever direction they are relative to that central head. So these ones will be looking up and to our left, straight up, and up and to our right. This one will be to the left, this one will be to the right. Down to the left, down, down to the right. Okay, so that's the basic idea. So I think we'll start today with the one that's looking to the left, since that's kind of what he did in the video. So we'll start by kind of replicating what was in the video here. So if you open your Google Classroom assignment, there's a note sheet on there that says Loomis head drawing procedure, and that'll tell you the order to do things in. It's not super important that you do things in this order necessarily. Some of these can be rearranged and moved, but I think it's really useful, especially when you're starting to do it the same way each time you do it while you're practicing. And you might find that doing it out of order is better for you eventually, but if you can kind of do it consistently to start, that's great. So we're going to start in this left-hand box looking to the left. I'm going to try to draw as big as I can given the constraints I've got on me. So I'm going to start with the circle. So this is a great thing to spend a lot of time practicing. If you can kind of doodle little Loomis heads when you're doodling, that's a great way to kind of practice. You want to do lots of these. We're going to start with our circle. So this is the cranial mass. This is the dome. This is where the brains are at. And it's kind of a spherical shape, except it's flat on the sides. So we want to start with a circle. If you remember from last semester, any angle we look at a sphere from is going to look circular. So next we want to make the flat side of the head. So if I kind of divide this to sections, I want it to be maybe like 1/3 from here to here, the edge of the circle, or the oval. It's going to be a foreshortened circle, so it'll actually make an oval. Kind of like this. I want it to be about 2/3 the total distance from here to here. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a line showing the angle that the head's looking at. Make it look up slightly, but mostly to our left. So this is also the line from the top of the ear to the brow line. So if you think about glasses, this is the line that the leg of a pair of glasses would make. And then we come around the front. Now this surface is curved, so we're going to have a little bit of curve to this line. Alright, now we're going to make a parallel line that connects to the bottom of the circle here. So it's going to be curved also. So this line doesn't actually go onto the flat section here, so there's no flat straight part. It just goes straight through. Alright. Let's scroll down. Next thing, I'm going to add a line bisecting this, kind of showing this cross section here is where the ear is going to start later. That's why it's important. That's why it's there. I also want to add a front of the face. It's going to kind of come down from the brow line here. Oh, I should have done this first though. I also want to add a chin. So the chin's going to be the same distance as brow line to this line here. So it's going to be down from there. So for the chin, I want to draw a little line segment kind of the width of just the point of the chin there. Depending on the person or character I'm drawing, it might be a different width for the chin, but I want it to be just kind of a smaller line segment. This is going to kind of have a slightly sloping segment that's kind of the lower jaw, and then that goes up into the upper jaw, which is a sharper angle. Don't quite like that one there. That's better. Alright, now another important thing for us to have when we start adding features is a center line for the face. This is going to be the middle of the front of the head, or the face. So it's not in between here and here, it's kind of in between here and here. It's the middle of the front. Alright, so that should go pretty much straight from chin to brow line, and then curve as it reaches the forehead a little bit. And now we have what's called a rhythm, which is like a soft edge or a set of connected points that make a line. And that's going to connect from the point of the chin, the corner of the chin here, to where the ear connects. So what this does is it kind of marks the soft edge where the front of the head, the face, transitions to the side of the head. So something like that. And then we can add the neck. Alright, so that's our basic Loomis head. We just want to practice this sort of frame structure today, and we'll add features next time. So let's look at this middle one looking forward. For the one looking forward, erase my writing there. Start with the sphere again. Always start with the sphere no matter what direction they're looking. As you can see, I've got more room than I think I do. I can draw bigger. If they get squished together, or you have to draw one of them real small because you drew the rest too big, that's alright. No worries at all. Alright. So this one's going to be a little bit different because instead of drawing just one oval for the side, we're going to have to draw two. So we're going to kind of just chop that off there and there. Again, we want the space from the top to the bottom of this flat area to be about 2/3 of the distance from the top to the bottom of the circle, the original circle. Alright, now we're going to draw a line halfway down. This is going to be the brow line. Draw a line at the bottom of the flat area. This is going to be the line where the bottom of the nose is later on. If I add a line up here, this is going to be kind of generally where the hairline is. And then I'm going to make one that's the same distance as brow line to bottom of the nose here for the chin. Again, I want a little line segment for the chin. I'm actually going to kind of draw my center line in right now to help me get that jawline symmetrical. We've got the chin, and then we've got a gentle slope, and then a steep slope. So when you're actually drawing a real subject from life, you really want to observe the angles of these different slopes, because these angles are going to be different on each person. You want to also observe the distance. Some people are going to have wider chins, some people are going to have pointier chins. The jawline is going to vary. When you're inventing characters or drawing from your imagination, you want to experiment and try to figure out, like, what does changing that jawline do? Does it make the face look more masculine or feminine? Does it make the person look heavier or lighter, how does that affect my character design? Alright? So then we've got that rhythm that goes from the corner of the chin here up to where the ears join, which would be right here. Something like that. Oop. I want to use that center line to try to make everything symmetrical. Again, we're not going to worry about details today, as tempting as it might be. If you want to, after you're done, you can experiment with adding features. I don't think there's any harm to it, but all you really need to do is practice drawing those Loomis heads and getting to work in the same directions. Alright, so something like that. Pretty simple. Almost has like a robotic or helmet feel to it. Let's draw one looking down into the left. So I'm going to start with my circle. That's pretty good. Now we're going to draw our oval right here. Right? Now we want to draw. So, something's going to happen when our heads are looking up or down. We're going to get a little bit of foreshortening. So, this forehead area is going to be closest to us, and the chin is going to be kind of further away. So, we're going to kind of have a larger proportion in the forehead, and then smaller in the chin. So we're going to shrink those just a little bit. So let's make the angle looking down like this. This one here. And then we'll do a little less space than brow to bottom of the nose. Just a little bit less than usual. Draw the side of the face in. Draw the gentle slope and the steep slope coming in to this central line here. Get the central axis of the face here. Get that rhythm from the corner of the chin up to the top of the ear here. Add the neck. Oh no, that's a little wonky. That's okay. It's all practice. It's okay if it's wonky. Alright. And that's the idea. If you want to do like a profile, let's do a profile looking right. So you can alter how hard they're looking to the side or up or down as you want. So we'll make this one kind of a profile. So we'll start with our circle here. Good. And now we're going to draw, we're going to have them looking to our right, their left at 90 degrees. So we'll actually, this flat area will actually become a circle. So we have almost kind of a donut shape. So you'll notice that as the person looks, that circle shifts over and it foreshortens less and less. So right here in the middle, it's super foreshortened to the point where it's almost flat. Here, where they're looking at maybe 45 degrees, it's foreshortened pretty significantly. But then when they're looking to the side at 90 degrees, it's not really foreshortened anymore, it's just a regular circle. So then we'll draw a center line here. And I'll go straight across. So there's our brow line. Here's the nose line. And then we'll drop down an equal distance to here. That's the chin. sideways, so it'll be kind of halved. We have a gentle slope up, and then a sharp slope up. Side of the face, which will be the front of the face in this case. Like this. And then the neck. So the neck, kind of, if you take the back of the skull, that should flow into the neck. The neck shouldn't be like back here, right here. Don't give them a little popsicle stick neck, right? The back of the skull, you can feel it on the back of your head. Should just gently curve into the neck there. Here. And into the neck like this. Something like that. And then later when I add the features, we'll have kind of an indent for the nose, and then we'll come out like this. It should be like that. So that's kind of the idea there. So that'll make sense. If you feel pretty comfortable with this, you're welcome to go asynchronous at this time. Class ends at 9:40. I'll draw a couple bit more heads if you want to stay and watch that, but it's up to you at this point in time. Alright, so let's do one looking down, because that's a little tricky. So we're just going to do one looking straight down. So again, as always, this step always stays the same. We start with the circle. I think that the Loomis method is really good for getting different angles, but you got to practice it a lot. You might think about practicing with some kind of reference. Alright, so there's my circle. So I'm going to chop off the sides. Again, I want the amount I chop off, this distance from here to here, to be about 2/3. This face. Alright, so now we're going to decide how far down our guy's looking. So I'm going to take it from here. This will be like normal to about here. And then this one will be kind of the nose line here. We'll just co-opt the bottom of the circle. And then we'll add chin down here. Again, this is going to foreshorten a little bit, so this bottom segment, since it's further away and it's kind of turning away from us, will be kind of squished a little bit. So now I'm going to try to establish my central line so I can keep things symmetrical. We'll make a symmetrical chin. Got a gentle slope up, and sharp slope. Try to keep that symmetrical on the other side as much as we can. Alright, and then we'll draw. Oh, we can add that kind of rhythm here. Like this. Like this. Then we'll add the neck. So from the sides, you can feel the neck, your neck connects like right under your ears. You can reach up and feel it. So we want to transition the side of the head into the neck. We don't want to make a neck that's real skinny like this. No good. We want to make it connect. So it's okay for the neck to go in to different degrees depending on how thin you want the neck to be, but transition it from the bottom of the ear into the neck. Alright, let's do one looking up and to the right here. area. That's pretty good. I'm digging it. There we go. Set our angle. Wrap it around the face here. Nose line. Drop that a little bit. That's a little more like it. That's a little better. Chin. Center line of the face comes up like this. Curves around. Back the chin up. Gentle angle, sharp angle. Acting rhythm here. There we go. Neck. Again, transition the back of the skull into the neck. And then on the front, we've got chin coming into the neck. Alright. Guess I have time for at least one more. I'm scared to smudge it. We'll do kind of a profile looking up over here. Start with the circle. There we go. Second circle. So again, we're going to do like a 90-degree turn to the head here. Almost 90 degrees. It's a little off. This is my user error. We'll make it looking up. Nose line. Chin. Head in the front of the face here. Gentle angle, jaw, sharp angle. Add in the neck, transitioning from the back of the skull into the neck, transitioning from the chin. Cheek rhythm right here. Go straight up. Straight up's a little tricky. You got that chin showing now. Barely. Chop the sides. Raise this brow line up. That nose line. Chin will get a little further. This is going to flatten out the angle of the chin, or if they're looking up enough, it'll reverse it. I think this will be pretty flat right here. Cheek rhythms. Looks a little weird, but when the features come in, you have like the underside of the nose here. You have the brows like this. A something kind of like that. Tricky. I should practice that one with the reference. That's it. So there you go. I'm out of time. But the other one's just like this, just kind of reverse, flip it over. Or you could do a profile looking down, whatever you want to do. Alright, that is it.